Hello folks, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations, and last time you saw this necklace I had taken and cleaned up the edges here, and then I filled this with two-part epoxy so that I would not have to use quite so much of the UV resin to fill these in. And I thought today we would take and add some color to this here. I'm not sure if I will continue to keep these two rhinestones here. This has got some damage to it. They are plastic. These here are fine. So no matter what color I do here, these will look fine with it. I'm not sure with what I'm planning if that yellow will look good, but we'll see. And the fact that that does have some damage on it makes me want to, maybe replace it with some clear. All right, let's use some UV resin. I'm going to need quite a bit of this because there's 6 of those things that need filling. Those cavities. Okay, I want to be able to control this better. I'm looking to see if I have something here that I can just, oh, right here. This was the inside of a vitamin, I believe. All right. This is kind of a messy, so I'm going to clean that up. If these get too messed up, then then your cap won't stay closed, see? And you do want your cap closed, so let's just throw that away. All right, also, I want to put some glitter in there. Always make sure your glitter container is right side up. It is. This is a little spoon I got from some sample thing. I don't know if it was at a grocery store or a fair or whatever it was. But it's small. It's good. It has good use like this. So I kept it. Washed it. All right, let's add just a little bit of blue at a time because that blue can be overpowering. And I don't want to have an overpowering color here. I just want a touch of the color. All right. It's pretty. I don't think I need much more color than that. I don't know, once it's on, it might not it might not show the color as much. I'm just going to put a little bit in each one because it will settle out a little bit. Okay. All right. This is Valentine's Day. My husband bought me a large bouquet of roses. They were red and peach and a red peach. They were very pretty. They are very pretty. We usually, that went over the side, and that's why we have a doming tray underneath it. So it'll fall away. Anyways, we usually don't celebrate Valentine's Day, so I was surprised when he brought me home some chocolates and some of all those roses, because when we were 15, we started going together on the 17th of February. And that's usually when we do our lovey-lovey celebration type thing. Um, this is our 50th year. On Saturday, it'll be 51 years ago that he and I started going together. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, let me bring my light over here. So, yeah. I guess he figures this is our 50th Valentine's, and I deserve some flowers or something. It was sweet. While this is curing, let me bring this back to you. My sister said, "Are you sure that that's in bottom side up?" And so whoops, where'd it go? Are you under here? You are under there. You just want to play with the light. Okay. So I looked at it under, I have a very powerful magnifying glass right here. And she's right. It is a Rivoli setting, which means that the points on the top are meant to be that. It's not the finding isn't necessarily set for a Rivoli, which is probably what confused me. I do like this little tulip thing, and I do hope I find the other one, because that would be fun to enamel that, and I think it would be sweet. Anyways, I told her that every time I've seen the word, I'm going to screw it up, so I just call it ravioli. So this is a ravioli stone. So yeah, it's not, but hey, you got to have fun in life. So that's what I always call it when I see it. Look at that. Oh, those are pretty. Go this way. I want to make sure I hit it in more than one direction. Because there's a cup around it, the light might not hit certain edge areas. I mean, it hit fine over here if the light's coming this way, but it might miss, right here on the edge. So you just take your light and you move it around a little bit, so yeah, you get it from all angles. And you always want to make sure your resin that you're using is not in the line of sight of this. Excuse me. Wow. I didn't even bring out a drink to clear the frogs out of my throat. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I really wanted to do this necklace and see how this comes out. I also got some stickers in the mail yesterday. These were from Mercy Homes for Boys and Girls. We donate to them, so they send us some stickers and some name tags and stuff. So what I did was I took these two stickers here and I stuck them back to back. And what my plan is to resin them on both sides, punch a hole in it or drill a hole, depending on which is easier. And then I'll have earrings that I could pick the size. Oh, look, all pretty blue. I must have gotten that off from the bottle when I was cleaning the top. Of course, it's dried now. All right, let's see how these are. Okay, these are cured. Oh, aren't those pretty? Yeah, I don't like the yellow with them, although there is a little bit of the yellow in there when the light hits it just right. But I don't know. I think I'm going to pop these out. Hopefully when I pop these out, I won't break those off like I did the piece here. Anyways, I'm going to see if maybe doming these a little higher, because I do have more of these stuff here. Let's just give it a little bit more. Because I don't want to waste it. So what do you think of this color, huh? Do you think I put just the right amount of blue in it? Or you think I should have put a little bit more? Of course, you might be a glitter hater and you might think, oh, you put way too much glitter in. But I had a fellow artist, Lucy, who is 7 tell me you can't have too much sparkle. So there is so much wisdom in children. We tend to think too much. So I'm going with the wisdom of a 7-year-old. So you just can't have too much sparkle. I get to see her tonight because there's well, actually we're having a Ash Wednesday service, but then she'll go to children's club. But I'm gonna ask her if she'll show me some of her artwork because she tells me all the time what she's doing, but I haven't actually seen any of her stuff. And I hope to encourage her to continue doing what she loves. Do I expect it to be, you know, something you'd find in the store? Absolutely not. But, you know what? My first projects, actually a lot of my first projects, were not fit for to be seen anywhere other than my home. Okay, I kind of like that there. All right, let's do that there. Anyways, I watched my sister's video. She posted a couple more videos. So if you're not doing anything and you want to see, she's got some really pretty stuff this time. You want to see some pretty stuff, go over to Amber Field Mouse Jewelry and watch some of her stuff. I had to actually watch the last video in 2 parts because it was long and I had to get to bed. But you pause it and you come back to it and it just picks up right where it was. So that was good. So I got to finish it off this morning. But she was showing some pieces that she was putting in a craft lot. I'm going, yes, I want that. Whether or not she'll send those particular pieces, I don't know. But I get to kind of see what might come my way. Of course, by the time I get them, I will have forgotten all about them, and I will be surprised all over again. That's the great thing about when you open these boxes. Even that box I opened yesterday, or day before yesterday, whichever day it was, and went through and we were talking about what we can do with each piece. I had forgotten most of them, and I was excited all over again to be able to create with what was in there. So I still didn't like how this came out because I had it way down here, and when I looked at it on the thing, I'm going, you can't see how gorgeous that is. This is like super gorgeous. So I don't know if you'll see it this time either, whether or not you'll see how pretty it is. It could be the lighting. Let me pick the light up like that. That make a difference? It might. I don't know. So, yeah, I move things around. When I move things around, my light gets moved too. So, all right, let's check this out. Oh, yeah. Look at those. Aren't they pretty? I like that. Yeah, I really don't like these, so I may take the whole thing off. I don't think so. I think I'm going to try to pull that rhinestone out. Especially that one's damaged. That one's really bad. And yeah. I like sparkles. And the sparkles. So anyways, let me put that aside. I'm going to actually hit that with the UV light while we're talking over here because you really need to cure them for, several minutes, not just enough so when you feel it, it feels set. You really need to make sure it's all the way set. All right. Like I said, all I'm doing is hitting these with some UV resin here, and I am using Let's Resin. My sister sent it to me as a congratulations for starting my YouTube channel. And you can see it's low odor, which is very important because some of these things really stink. This one has no smell at all. You don't have to mix it. It's fast curing and it's crystal clear. It is the hard type. There is a soft type, and you'd use that for things like if you were doing like a barrette or something that needed a little bit of movement. Okay, let me take another one of these just to hold that down so I don't resin my fingers. These are, I don't know what they're actually called. I had to look that up because every time I use one, I'm going, I don't know what it's called. It's like a paintbrush, but instead of having bristles, it has silicone. So that is really awesome. And wow, there's a lot of bubbles in this. We will hit this with the lighter. The lighter heats it up and brings the flame, heats it up and brings the air bubbles to the surface. And it does not damage what's underneath it. Like if you were using a torch or if you were using a heat gun, those can get too hot. It can actually do damage. All right, let me. Plus, when you do this, you can see on the edges where you missed. Because I saw right here that I had missed right there. And I'd missed over here. I didn't bring it all the way to the edge. And since I'm going to put another coat on that one, I'm not too awfully worried about it. Let's bring this up here. And like I said, this is just free stuff I got in the mail. Little stickers. You could do it with stamp, like if there's a postage stamp that you really like, you could do a postage stamp one, which would be really cool. Yeah, if you see stickers in the grocery store or at whatever your the store you normally frequent, most everybody has stickers along the aisles, just kind of sitting there going, buy me. Ooh, I don't think I have enough on that one. I think I need another drop. If you look over here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's kind of dry right there. All right. So again, use my two tools. And sometimes what makes a project easy or hard is just whether or not you have the right tools. Okay, let's light that up. All right. So, yeah, sometimes it's worth investing in a few good tools. Like round nose pliers are essential if you're going to be doing much jewelry work at all with wires and jump rings and stuff. A good wire cutter, those are really important. Do you need to have a crimp bead crimper? No. But hey, I saw it, I wanted it. Just like this tool here, I saw several people online that were using these, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm going to be doing a rosary for my daughter-in-law, and it has a ton of wire looping that I have to do for each bead. Each bead has a loop on each side, so that's a lot of using the round nose pliers to create this and this. That's so much faster. Now, most people aren't going to be doing a rosary. I had to look up to see what the pattern on a rosary was because I'm Protestant, so we don't do rosaries. But I want to make sure I made this correctly, because Misty's just awesome. Couldn't ask for a better daughter-in-law. So, it curled. Ooh, we don't like it curled. All right, let's go back. Let's do the other side. Oh, you can flatten it a little bit. All right. Because it's thin enough, I can flatten it. All right. But I am going to put some on this side so that, all right, so don't despair. if you're using some UV resin and your project curls on you, try flatten it with your fingers. I'm going to do one at a time. It's possible that I would have been better off if I had just done one at a time. And it would have been hotter because these do heat up. This resin, the chemical reaction, there is heat involved. The light causes a chemical reaction in the resin, and it does heat up. So all right, let me do that one right there. Let me hit that with because there are a few bubbles. There's one right there. There. All right, let's move this out of the way. Hit that with the light. So, yeah, so you guys got big plans for tonight? We're not, like I said, we usually don't celebrate too much on Valentine's Day. Saturday we'll probably do something. Maybe go out to eat, or maybe I'll make a nice spaghetti dinner for my husband, because we don't usually have spaghetti because we're both diabetics, and so it's a very rare occasion that we do anything with a lot of pasta, and if I make some homemade bread, that will definitely put us over the top. So that means Sunday we have to behave ourselves really well. But hey, it is a special occasion, right? All right, let me check it now. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say that one's curled, but yeah, this one did good. They both will have to have another layer on them, but that's not a problem. This one curled still a little bit. I want to flatten it out and then resin it. I'm not sure which side I want to be the main side. I may just put it on a chain that dangles so that it spins, moves around, and so both sides are visible. That would be cool. I mean, I don't know if I have an outfit that goes with both these colors. And you'll find that I do most of my jewelry I make for me. I mean, because I hate selling it. I don't mind giving it away. But I've given a bunch of it to the school systems and stuff like that for the rewards programs. But I'm to the point where I'm thinking I have so much stock right now that I really need a craft fair. So, and I have gone, if you want 50% of the profits, if you sell everything for me, I'll give you a share of the profits, because that's how much I don't like selling. But I'd love to find somebody out there whose whole thing is that they love to sell and do things like that, but that's not me. I'll do it because, well, out. All right. Whew, this is hot. Okay. We are going to put another coat on this side. Then I'll flip it over and I'll do another coat on the other side. But it is much flatter than what it was when I finished the first time. Yeah, I'm going to do both of these at the same time because they've already got one layer on them. And, well, it's two layers, one on the back, one on the front. And I got some air bubbles. You always want to make sure you check for air bubbles whenever you're doing resin, because you might not see it at first, but once your project is done, it's like you can't unsee it. You're going, oh man, that bubble, it's ruining everything. You may be the only one that sees that bubble, mind you, but once you see it, your mind will not let go of it. I don't know if you've ever done art projects and you see one little flaw, and that is all you see on your whole project is that one flaw. Everybody else is saying, oh, it's so beautiful, and all you can see is that one thing. And you just, I've actually, when I was oil painting, I would take a piece that's a couple years old, I'd put it back on my easel and paint it just that one area just to fix that, because it just drove me crazy. Now my sister, she's actually gone to art school. So I asked her about a couple of things I've done, and she told me what I needed to do to fix them. And she was right. It was, one thing was the perspective. I'd never studied perspectives. I just did whatever looked right in my own eyes. Ooh. Okay. When the light hit this, I could see things that were not right. Let's see. Okay. I may need to put another coat on it because this just doesn't want to stay up here. Just don't want to stay up on that edge. That's because it is still a little warped. But aren't we all? I get these out of the way. We do not want those to get cured. So, what kind of projects are you guys into? Are you do you do jewelry yourselves, or are you just looking to see what's out there and what kind of crafts there are? I'd be very interested to hear from you. I mean, you're going to hear a lot from me because, well, it's my channel and I talk. It's just the way it is. So, anyways, once I cure this side up, I think that I'm going to finish this video up. Because, basically all that's going to be now is putting layers of the UV in, curing it, and watching the paint dry. So, but this is the one I really wanted to get done today. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the way the light hits that and the glitter and everything. So, yeah, I like that. It almost has pink in it, the glitter does, so it looks kind of periwinkle. That blue kind of changes to a kind of a periwinkle blue. So, anyways, I'm going to keep going on here, and I will see you next time. This is Bethany at New Life Jewelry Creations. I hope you liked the video. If you do, hit the like button. And if you want to see more of me, subscribe. And also, jump over and see my sister's channel and look at the gorgeous things she is pulling out of those bags. I mean, it's amazing. So, okay. While you were gone, I got thinking, what if I cut this one out here That was the yellow was right here. Cut that out and replace it with a white one or whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to cut this one off. When I cut the yellow one off, because I could not get the rhinestone out of it, the rhinestone popped right out. I have no idea where the rhinestone is, but luckily I have the the finding. I don't know what you'd call it. And I did go through my stash. I do have a bunch of rhinestones that I've harvested out of other things. All right, I'm going to have to use the E6000 to glue that in. You cannot glue it in with resin because the light can't get to it. It does have a this one I think has a gold silver backing on it, so the light won't penetrate it. Anyway, so just a little dab of glue. Put the cap back on so you don't get glue everywhere. Put it in that little cup. Okay. Let me take my little wax thing here. Pick it up and just set it in. Okay, now this one's going to be, I'll use the resin to resin that into place, but it's going to go right there. And don't you think that looks so much better than that yellow there? Here, we'll remove the yellow. All I did was I took my wire cutters and cut it off, and it flies everywhere. Otherwise I would show you, because yeah, I'm afraid it's going to hit the camera or something. The other thing I did was I'm going, what if I put some gold foil in that? So I put a little gold foil in there, so there is some sparkle. I don't know if I'll do gold foil on this side or not, but yeah, there's little things you can do to embellish that probably nobody will ever notice but you. But hey, now I have to let this cure. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just going to leave that. I know you thought I was leaving stuff before, and I come back and yeah, I was doing stuff. But yeah, I really do like it so much better without that yellow in there, and with all of these uniform, because this was yellow here and this was yellow here, and then there was a white one here, and the white one was here. I don't remember where the other one was, but there was maybe there's only the two white. Anyways, I like it better symmetrical. So that's what I did. And now I really am done. And I'll see you next time. I guess we're calling this PS because when I was reviewing the footage, I noticed that you really could not see these. They needed to be a close-up on these. As you can see, I did finish the stones there, and I did use the UV resin to attach them. This still needs to cure a little bit longer. 24 hours is the time you really need when you're using the E6000 glue. But can you see the sparkles now? Isn't that pretty? And see the color better? Okay. Also, I realized you could not see the glitter in this at all. I can't tell if you can now because I'm below the camera. But there's that one. Let me see if you can see it in this one. I don't know. Anyways. So, that was my PS.